Hey, good morning, my friends. How you doing? It's Dan McDonald. I am your friend, the LifeRegenerator. I'm just the luckiest guy in the world, getting to share my passion for health on every level, total life regeneration, waking souls up to their potential and whatnot. I view it as being used by the light of life. I call it God for simplicity. The universal consciousness, whatever you want to call it, to just be a voice for what you guys are all thinking, or sometimes things get said here that if you've never heard in that way before, or the information might get presented in a way that makes you a little bit differently instead of like really like hardcore like type stuff where it's like being shoved down your throat. Maybe Dan can present it to you in a more gentle way, and in a way of, hey, you know, I'm still exploring myself. And I really liked everyone's feedback on the cancer video. I thought that was really cool. It's just really a chance for me to share my love and passion for simplicity, fruits and vegetables, the healing power of delicious fruits and vegetables. And I did want to just make a couple points about that video. You notice that in that video I didn't put doctors down. I don't put down individuals specifically, but overall I'm just saying that kind of the healthcare system, which is really the sick care system, is just kind of broken due to the nature of, like, if people aren't going to be responsible for their health, it doesn't matter how many pills or surgeries or any of that stuff. So it's an individual choice. If you want to be individually healthy, we have great information, easy to understand, and the universe will guide you to the right video, the right teacher, no problem. There are good doctors. There are excellent, amazing doctors. Some of them are on this channel. I have doctors that are close friends of mine. They respect me. I respect them. We're all doing the best we can, you know. And so you notice in that video that I didn't put anybody down specifically. And there's some dialogue on Facebook, and I think it's great. I think we all need to watch our attitude, though. And more generally, what I'm saying is that the system is broken because it's a profit-based system. So kind of underlying the human, it's like the humans just are, they're doing what they think is best. They have a Mercedes and 3 kids and a wife who likes to get her boobs done every, you know, 6 months. So he's got to have his money, so his mind just goes in that direction. When you get to a point where you feel so blessed to be alive and be happy, that's when you just really want to share. If you make a little money, you know that, like for me, I know that I'm going to make enough money to do what I need to be able to do. The more money that I have, that I get from whatever I do here on YouTube and whatnot, the more money, or not the more money, but the more I'm going to be able to give, you know what I'm saying? So when you are just tapped into the life, you just really want to give, and life becomes not so much about money. But I'm not saying that money ain't really cool. Money is like the greatest tool, man. Money is a great, great, great tool, and I, for one, love it. I'm not going to try to dig a hole with a spoon. I need the right tools to get the job done, and money happens to be a great and incredible tool. If I'm going to dig a hole, I'm not going to use a plastic spoon. I'm going to go to the store, to the hardware store, and get a shovel. Can you dig it? You know, if I'm going to rake the garden, I'm not going to use like a toothpick to rake the garden. I'm going to go to the store and get a rake. So money is a tool. Anyway, just wanted to share with you guys. Let's keep our mind open, and I wanted to encourage everyone to keep the dialogue open. I appreciate some of the stories about the doctors being of service, of course. I mean, you know what I mean? My main thing here is what I try to do is get people now, fall in love with health, and you'll always be constantly working for that light of life, that joy, that happiness. Disease won't even be something you'll have to deal with. You'll just be constantly trying to improve your great health. So my job is really to help people that may be sick, yes, but also I'd like to get to the children and the young people, to get them inspired. Hey man, do some yoga, eat the raw fruits and vegetables, because you can't tell me a banana is not delicious. You can't tell me that some apple, spinach, celery, lemon, ginger juice is not delicious. Now, it might not be your zippity bang bang with all your colorants and all that junk, but anybody with half an intelligent mind knows that the Gatorade has a pH of like 2.0. So every time you think you're hydrating yourself with Gatorade or whatever, you're actually not. You're actually dehydrating yourself. So it's great for the companies and stuff like that, but eventually we want to start looking for the truth about nature's ultimately simple ways. Okay, so for the young people and the old people, or not old people, you old people, crusty old people, no, just more seasoned people, people that have seen more revolutions around the sun. Can you dig it? Because we're all really young children, no matter what. We are all really young children compared to the infinite eternal light of life. This is just a random video to say hello, and plus Krista finally got caught up with all the videos, and now I need to make another one. So I just wanted to tell you all again, Dan, you can never tell us that you love us enough. I don't really know you, but I do know you. I know you from comments and Facebooks and energies, and I know that this is what I know. And I saw Lou Corona last night, and he says this every time, is he goes, I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and he points at everyone in the audience, and he's just like me in that sense, and he gets me so inspired. But I know that I love you because I know we're from the same source, and nobody can tell me any different. There's certain things within the linear that I'll be like, well, this fact or this data or does sugar feed the cancer. Actually, I'm not, forget about me saying that, because that's not even, feed the healthy cells, make the healthy cells healthier. But anyways, my point is that there's certain things within the linear domain that are debatable, and the jury's still out. But you aren't going to get me to be able to debate me on whether or not we all come from the same source of life. You're not going to debate me. You're not going to change my mind, because you can't. If once you see, you know that there's no way that we are not all coming from the same source of the light of life. But then again, this is a paradigm jump, and I operate in that paradigm that is above the intellect. I live there all the time. I use the intellect to try and teach. I use facts, data, knowledge, and clinical experience from hundreds of clinicians and books, and I use those words to stimulate ideas, but really it's a passing of a vibration of a knowingness that we are all one. And I will say this for myself, I know that God created me exactly as I am. And that is where I get the greatest amount of peace. And that is how I am able to stay free from all the obstructions. I am not guilty, because I know, after years of studying the Course in Miracles and my own inner experience, I'm not speaking for you. You don't have to believe God created you as you are. You might think that, you might still want to believe that this is wrong with you, this is wrong with you, this is wrong with you, but this is okay, and this is okay, and this is okay. For me, dude, it's all good. Everything I do in this life, it's all good, because God created me as I am, a man. And all the things that I do as a man, that's what God created me as. So I find great peace, because when I read that in the Course in Miracles, I am like, amen. It just lifts the weight off of my shoulders. God created me as I am, and it can do whatever it wants. It can have it. Have the Dan. He doesn't need himself anymore. Do whatever you want with him. Just let me serve you. Let me love you. That's all I want to do, is just love God. Anyways, another video. I was going to tell you all about my incredible morning. I woke up hella early, and I went down to the ocean, and I swam in the ocean, and then the waves were knocking me around. I felt so good being in that water, and I just felt purified, and it just made my skin just so nice. And it makes my hair so nice, and it wakes me up, and it makes my soul feel so good, and it helps to move my lymphatic system in that salt water. And then I went jogging down the beach, and I was just breathing through my nose, and I jogged for maybe like a mile, and then I stopped over on the grass and did some yoga for about 15 minutes, and I had grass all over me because the lawn was just mowed. And then I jogged back up the beach, and then I went back in the water, and I just felt so good to be connected with nature in some way every day, walking barefoot on the grass. Even if you only got 5 minutes to take your shoes off and stand on some grass and just be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, and just connect with the earth. Because the mother loves you and the father loves you, and it's all good. Let's keep the dialogue open. Let's keep our minds open. Let's continue to talk back and forth respectfully and continue to share information and experiences so that we can all grow. There's no right or wrong. We just all have our own subjective experience. We want to share that unconditionally without judgment. Can you dig it, baby? Thank you. Bye-bye.